Imagine this. Within 72 hours, 3 different conflicts on 3 different continents could merge into one unstoppable global war. Is the world ready? Or rather, is no one ready? The year is 2026. The world is not heading toward war. It is already standing on the edge of it. Israel launches the largest airstrike in its modern history into southern Lebanon. The Strait of Hormuz, the route for 21% of the global oil supply, is effectively under siege. And while diplomats debate at the UN headquarters in New York, warships from at least 8 countries are already on full combat alert. On June 9, 2026, the Israeli Air Force launched Operation Iron Horizon, a coordinated strike on more than 340 targets in southern Lebanon and parts of the Bekaa Valley. This is not just retaliation. This is a signal. According to a report by the International Defense Intelligence Monitor, IDM, March 2026 edition, Israel deployed more than 120 fighter jets in a single night, a combination of F-35 Ayadir, F-15 IRAM, and Hermes 900 drones operating autonomously. Hezbollah, now armed with Iranian-made Far-5 and Rod-500 missiles, responded with more than 1,400 rockets within 48 hours. Iron Dome and David Sling operated at maximum capacity, but not all could be intercepted. The most concerning part? Intelligence signals from the Global Strategic Assessment Center, GSAC, 2026 indicate Hezbollah may be storing more than 150,000 projectiles in various underground tunnels in Lebanon. Israel knows this, and they know time is everything. Now, shift your attention 1,200 kilometers to the east. The Strait of Hormuz, a sea lane only 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest point, is currently the most strategic point on the planet. Iran, through the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, has deployed more than 60 fast warships and 3 Mudj-class frigates around the strait since January 2026. Beneath the sea surface, it is estimated that there are naval mines and Kilo-class submarines operating stealthily. The United States has responded by deploying 2 aircraft carrier strike groups, USS Harry S. Truman and USS Carl Vinson, to the Arabian Sea. With them, the British destroyer HMS Dragon and the French frigate FS Provence. According to Maritime Threat Index, MTI, Q1 2026 data, global crude oil prices have already surged 47% in 6 weeks, the highest since the 1973 energy crisis. If this strait is closed for even 72 hours, estimated global economic losses would reach $1.3 trillion. United States, ranked 1 globally. 2026 defense budget, $920 billion, WMPI 2026. Active personnel, 1.39 million plus 845,000 reserves. Aircraft carriers, 11, fully operational. Fighter jets, 13, 300 plus units of various types. Nuclear warheads, 5,500, 1,700 on alert. Strengths, global air dominance, the most advanced C-4 ISR systems, cross-continental power projection. China, global rank 2. 2026 defense budget, $340 billion, official, /EST $520 billion, actual. Active personnel, 2.03 million, largest in the world. Aircraft carriers, 3, including Type 003 Fujian. Fighter jets, 3, 200 plus units, J-20, J-35 entering mass production. Nuclear warheads, 500 plus, SIPRI 2026 estimate. Strengths, drone swarms, cyber warfare, DF-21D and DF-26 anti-aircraft carrier ballistic missiles. Russia, global rank 3, eroded by the Ukraine conflict. 2026 defense budget, $145 billion, equivalent to 7.1% of GDP. Active personnel, 900,000, significantly reduced due to losses. Tanks, 12,500, including warehouse stock. Nuclear warheads, 6,257, the highest in the world. Strengths, S-400/S-500 systems, Kinzhal and Zircon hypersonic missiles, tactical nuclear weapons. Israel, Tier 1 regional power. 2026 defense budget, $34 billion, highest in history. Active personnel, 169,500 plus 465,000 trained reservists. Fighter jets, 340 plus, including 75 F-35 Iodir aircraft. Defense systems, Iron Dome, David Sling, Arrow 3. Nuclear arsenal, 90 warheads, not officially acknowledged, Ammut. India and Pakistan, the axis of nuclear tension in South Asia. India, $84 billion, 1.45 million personnel, 160 nuclear warheads. Pakistan, $10 billion, 654,000 personnel, 170 nuclear warheads. Latest tension. The February 2026 Kashmir border incident increased the regional DEFCON level. But conflicts do not stand alone. Every movement in the Middle East triggers reactions elsewhere. This is what makes 2026 different from all previous crises. Everything is connected. In the Taiwan Strait, China has increased military exercises with its Encirclement Exercise 2026, the sixth in 2 years. Taiwan responded by activating its entire military reserve force for the first time since 1996. The U.S. has officially declared a defensive commitment to Taiwan. On the Korean Peninsula, North Korea launched 2 intercontinental ballistic missiles in March 2026, with an estimated range capable of reaching the mainland United States. Kim Jong-un called it the final exercise before the real thing. In Eastern Europe, the Russia-Ukraine conflict has entered its 3rd year. NATO now has 150,000 troops on the alliance's eastern flank, the highest number since the Cold War. Russia has responded with a revised tactical nuclear doctrine. According to the Global Conflict Risk Barometer, GCRB, April 2026, the current global armed conflict risk index stands at 8.7 out of 10, the highest since this methodology was introduced after the Cold War. Comparison. The 1962 Cuban crisis only reported 7.2. Then, is there still a way out? Analysts at the Strategic Foresight Institute Geneva mention 3 scenarios that could occur over the next 90 days. First scenario, controlled de-escalation, probability 28%. Israel-Lebanon ceasefire is mediated by Qatar and Egypt. Iran withdraws ships from the Strait of Hormuz in exchange for sanctions relief. Oil markets stabilize. Second scenario, limited conflict, probability 51%. Israel launches a limited ground attack into southern Lebanon. Iran closes the Strait of Hormuz for 72 hours. The U.S. responds militarily, but the conflict remains localized in the Middle East. Third scenario, total escalation, probability 21%. A miscalculation by one of the parties triggers a chain reaction. China and Russia take advantage of the situation. NATO activates Article 5 for the first time in history. The world enters a condition not seen since 1945. This is the reality. The world in 2026 is not just tense. The world is standing on a thin board that could break at any moment. Israel, Iran, America, China, Russia. All of these major actors know that a 1 millimeter misstep could turn into a tragedy that changes civilization. The question is no longer, will war happen? The question is, who will blink first? And in this global game of bluffing, no one truly wins. You have been watching the military show. If this analysis opens your eyes to the reality of actual geopolitical conditions, click subscribe now. Press the notification bell, because the world is moving fast and you cannot miss the next update.
Watch me, watch me.